392 Challenger. And I think that's Leroy Sensitive. 65 Plymouth. Small block powered. The air cleaner says 273. But then again, he's had like 50 years to modify that car. So I doubt it's stock. Get some kind of traction and a good 60 split time like that one has should run. Very low 12s, maybe high 11s in October. Well, there's your low 12, 1213 and 114 and a 1413. So that's small block powered 65 Dodge. A12 Roadrunner. One of the coolest cars ever to hit the streets from Mopar. Very limited production, second half of 1969. 3 Holly 2-barrels, lift-off fiberglass hood. Come on, you gotta admit that's cool. And it runs 1197 at 114. I think this might be our first Jeep of the weekend. Part of Team Ancient Warrior. And this Challenger, I believe, is coming back for a second time shot. Either that or we have 2 red Challengers with the same car number on. Here's one of my all-time favorites. Coyote family flyer. Beautiful. Going up against the late model. Super big. Coyote will get there first, running 1191. Not too shabby 1206 and 114. With yellow charger. You got Darren Dannenberg with the 71 Demon. Both Darren and his dad raced A-body Mopars, and that's all they've ever raced. Darren started driving this car when he first got his license. Darren's got a bunch of kids now. Steve's in the house. Steve Magnante finally made it. And actually, you're earlier than you were last year.
There's Jennifer.
Very special guest that
you did last year?
You know, last year I left Massachusetts. I drove here in a 63 Dodge Dart Slant 6 car. And it took about an hour to get over the George Washington Bridge. Well, this year, I left earlier last night, got here nice and refreshed. It's all good.
So we were wondering if you had the, which car did you come down with this time? Alright, okay. We were wondering if you had the 64 car with the 64 GPS, the one that you fold up and put in the glove compartment.
Well, yeah, actually, I do a handwritten flight plan every time I take a drive, but the smart car actually has some roots with Daimler Chrysler, so it's kind of a cousin.
It's okay. The only thing about smart cars is if I see one coming up behind me, I accelerate. I refuse to let my Challenger be passed by a smart car. Not going to happen.
I'm hoping for the day that it creeps out so I can stick a 440 on it somewhere and have some fun with it. But in the meantime, it's a reason we are just a little fun with it, sort of just to release the small vehicle. And I spent our last weekend out in Detroit at the Woodward Dream Cruise with the people from Dodge. Big debut of the Hellcat Challenger and Charger. The Charger now available with the Hellcat 707 horsepower supercharged engine. These are good times.
That's so cool, isn't it? Because we, as Mopar guys, we were behind the 8 ball for a number of years. And we not only are on the other side of the 8 ball, in a huge way, 707 horsepower. Now they're talking about kicking up the horsepower of the Viper, supercharging the Viper that people who are not supposed to talk. So that's pretty much a good sign. Something about 800 horsepower in the Viper. And it's easy to do because they were telling me that the Hellcat engine, if tuned right, will produce over 800 horsepower.
Well, I know that they're saying that the